I think the love for learning starts in kindergarten. And I think that's a responsibility of a kindergarten teacher, is to lay that foundation of learning. Learning doesn't have to be boring. If a kid experiences learning and it's fun and it's engaging, they know at some other point in their life it can be fun and engaging, even when it's hard.
He's going back to when he was a student and really thinking about his own learning and then bringing that back to our community, really connecting with the students.
I want to be a teacher because Mr. Hughes, he's so funny that I also want to make other students laugh. I enjoyed being in Mr. Hughes' class because he was funny, because he would always make a lot of fart noises.
We do hard things in this classroom daily, but when it's done in an interesting way, the kids are sold. And I think that's the magic of being a kindergarten teacher, though. And that's the magic of being at a school site where I am a kindergarten teacher, is the other teachers see it too. So they try to incorporate a little bit of what I do and what they do. And I think it's not just impacting my kids, it's impacting the other teachers too.
He's taught me how to really reflect upon my teaching and to sit down and look at what I'm doing in my classroom and how to best meet the needs of my students on an individual basis. He creates so much engagement. He's probably one of the most brilliant educators I've ever met. Everything in his classroom is fun, it's exciting, it's engaging, and it's encouraging to me because I want to do the same thing in my own classroom.
He's so active on campus and such an energy that the kids migrate towards him from all different grade levels, and he's involved in an after-school club that a lot of the upper grade kids are involved with. So he's had a broader influence than just being in Kinderland, as we call it.
I am kind of a unicorn, but I think typically men don't want to teach kindergarten. It's not the field for every guy. The only grade level I ever wanted to teach was kindergarten. That's it. I've never wanted to teach anything else in second grade, and it was more for my desire to be on the ground level, to get kids at the bottom basement level.
And I never expected a male kindergarten teacher. I was doubting what could he bring into kids that small. So I realized that Mr. Hughes was the best thing that could happen to kids starting school, and until this day I still stick with that.
I think a lot of it is just, we can be nurturers, we can be those things we typically don't get credit for. But it also can be crazy. We can be fun, we can be zany, we can take risks, we can dress up in capes all day and think it's okay. We can wear Chewbacca hats and masks and walk around.
It was always just so much fun because we didn't have Mr. Hughes teaching us. We had superheroes teaching us and telling us that everything was going to be okay and that we can do everything the way we wanted to.
He really gets down on their level. He takes the time to really get to engage with each child and get to know them and their families. And he really makes a lot of his lessons based around his students in his classrooms.
He taught me how to be kind and nice to other people and respect people who are different.
Anyone can teach a student, but not everyone can reach them. There's a difference there, and I think we get lost in our ability to teach. But I've had a student whose dad was incarcerated, and daily kid would just run up to me and give me hugs, and he would just all the time. And it's funny, he started calling me Poppy all the time. He's like, Mr. Hughes, over and over. And it was because to him I had grown to be that for him. In a way, I was a father figure, to him on a daily basis. I think that's why I love what I do. You're more than a teacher.
I went in looking for something wrong with him, and it has been almost 12 years and I still have not found anything.
I think Mr. Hughes deserves to be the teacher of the year because he cares about us.